Ostriv, our favorite game in the entire world, has just released yet another update, Alpha 5 Patch 3, and there's some really cool stuff in here. There's 3 new buildings, an Ashery, Glassworks, and Soapworks, and each of these work together to produce soap and glass, of course. Bridges now conform to the land instead of to the bridge. We'll look at that. And then cows produce tallow when you slaughter them. So those are some of the highlights. Let's jump in and take a look. We have a pretty full functioning town here. Bunch of lovely citizens, a couple hundred here. We actually have some money. We've been bailed out by the local government more times than I'd like to talk about. So let's take a look at these new buildings. Here under production, and then I'm guessing right towards the end. Oh yeah, here they are. So we've got Ashery, and if we read about it, it's 3 separate types of production. Ash is obtained by directly burning tree bark. No additional fuels required. Each batch of 200 units of bark produces 25 units of ash. Ash can then be soaked in water to produce lye. Each batch of 25 lye needs 50 units of ash and 100 units of water. Liquid lye can be used to produce potash by boiling it using firewood. It takes 100 lye and 100 firewood to produce 25 units of potash. So what I'm reading from this is we're going to need a lot of trees. Then we have Soapworks, and if we look at the help here, soap production is carried out by mixing and boiling tallow, cow fat, with lye, which is how you make soap, right? It takes 50 tallow and 50 lye and 50 firewood to produce a batch of 50 units of soap. All right, simple. Just need to slaughter some cows. And then Glassworks. Glass products are made by melting a mix of sand and potash in a kiln. For a batch of 50 units, you'll need 50 sand and 25 potash. You can use either firewood or charcoal as a fuel. Products are produced in batches of 50 units and will take 30 units of charcoal and 100 units of firewood. You can choose which fuel to use in the supply option. All right, so pretty straightforward, and I think most of this we actually already have. You know, we're cutting down a number of trees. We've got trees in a couple different places here. And then we've got some cows. Hello, guys. And they're coming along. Current limit is 8, and we have 8, so they'll slaughter some cows and we'll get some tallow. And then we're just going to have to build these buildings, which should be fairly simple, right? So let's get into it. Let's see. I don't know. Let's just start with the Ashery, and I'm looking at what it needs up there at the top of the screen. The bricks are going to be a problem, right? Let's put this right here. And let's speed up time. And let's look at the brickwork. So we've got 5,100 here. So that's what we're going to build this. And we've got some builders to make it happen, right? Okay, as they bring in what we need to build this Ashery, let's maybe look at building the other 2 as well. Carried out by mixing boiling tallow, cow fat, and lye. Maybe it's like all of these things are just in this area, right? They're all kind of in this industrial zone I've set up. This is all like industry, and there's houses there too. So let's maybe set this guy here. And then let's build the Glassworks right next to it here. Maybe right here. Yeah, right. All right, and so all of these are going to take epic amounts of bricks, which we probably, well, yeah, we'll have enough everything. I think all of these will come along pretty quickly. All right, so let's turn it to fast mode and sit back and watch them build these things. Come on, guys. And as for everything else, I've worked on, for those that watched other Ostriv videos of mine, we built this town, and these fields are all rotating in and out, and so we should be good on all the other fronts. The only thing I can think of is that we may need to build more houses, because Ostriv is a constant house builder, right? Yeah, no housing available. But we don't necessarily want to take away from the builders right now. We want them to be focused in on what we're doing. Man, if you don't have wagon carts, get them. Trust me. Look at how much they can they dump all of that stuff off. Look at them. Look at them. It's too good. It's too good. And remember, if you watch some of my other Ostrich videos, like we talked a lot about brickworks, and like I didn't build the brickworks fast enough or in time, and like this is something that as soon as you can get brickworks going, it takes a while for it to spool up, and then it takes a while for it to get a lot of them. All right, they've completed the Ashery. It's up, it's running. We just need to get some workers. And now that I think about this more, we're probably going to need some housing because we probably don't have enough workers to feed these new buildings. So let's see here. If we just, all right. Well, maybe not. Not enough bark to start ash production. Oh, we know that's not true. There's got to be bark here, right? There's got to be bark. We got this one turned up to 1,000. Let's check the other forestry. Let's turn this one up to 1,000 too. Now they'll start producing bark as well. I wasn't producing bark. I just finished this when we finished the last playthrough. All right. Looks like they've just completed the Soapworks. Let's see. Oh yeah, good. Hire a couple people there. Not enough tallow to start soap production, so maybe we don't hire as many. And this is gonna be the slowdown process, right? Because we're not. It's not like we're churning out a cow every hour where we're killing a cow. So I don't know how exactly we're gonna without buying tallow from somewhere else. Like it's gonna be rough, right? Oh, they've got some. All right. Oh, wow. Glassworks is coming along quick. Look at how cool that building is. The artwork in this game is just fantastic. Looks so good. So we can see here in the Soapworks, we've produced our first batch of soap. And I'm guessing that we're going to try to sell this soap in a marketplace. So let's see here. We're at a market stall. We've got a free slot. It's alphabetical. So let's go down. Oh, look, there's soap. All right. Well, now we can sell soap. Clean people for all. So that's pretty simple. But, again, we already had cows in place, and we've got an operating, a good sized village that's operating a bunch of stuff. So pretty easy to integrate into a working village. And it looks like the Glassworks is about halfway done. So let's let that finish up. All right, the Glassworks in its final stages here. Looks like they're getting that roof on. It's really cool that you can see the inside first, so we know what's in there, right? Oh, it turned white at the very end. Very cool. All right, so then we've got glassware and window glass, and these are the production limits. Let's see if there's anyone to hire here. We can probably maybe steal away one person. There we go. There we go. Not enough sand to start production. Well, that should be pretty simple. Sand is brought from a pit somewhere here, and it's unlimited. So it's just a matter of carting it over to these guys. So we should see that start to come in. All right, and so if I read the notes right, also to build row houses now, you're going to need glass, and you can see here in this, you can see the multifamilies now. You need 140 glass. Really cool idea, and adding to the complexity of the game, which, like his last couple of updates have just been fantastic. So the row houses, we got away with it because we've already built some row houses before the glass thing, so those will stand. But if we want to build new ones, we're going to need more glass. I think in terms of the 3 buildings, if you've already got a running village, it's pretty simple to get them up and running pretty quickly. We're already producing quite a bit of soap, and I upped these limits on the potash, lye, and ash. Those are also being produced pretty quickly. And now you can see that we're about to put out our first batch of glass as soon as we get some firewood in here, which we have plenty of. We just need to bring it in, right? So these 3 buildings, pretty simple. I put them in my existing, manufacturing area, pretty close to water, and they were up and running. I did this all in about 20, 25 minutes, so that's not bad. But most of that time was just waiting for them to build. Let's take a look at, I think the last thing I want to look at in the patch notes that I thought was interesting was the bridges. We're going to do a wooden bridge. And you can see I have a wooden bridge here already. And I've got one here as well. I've often thought maybe putting one here would be good. I'm going to have to take out a road to do that. But I also was thinking this would be a great place for some houses. So maybe if we just Oh, it looks like it looks pretty much the same to me, but I remember it being a little bit harder to put them in. So maybe we can do something funky just to see how it works. My problem is I don't have a lot of hills, right? Yeah. I mean, it seems a lot easier, and you can see like it's rising a little bit and coming down. If we get a little closer, you can see like the ease of use seems to be there instead of like it was always sort of I always remember being like a little bit wonky. All right, let's see. Do we want to put this? I think we'll put it right. Yeah, you can see it kind of instead of having to go with the terrain, like it kind of makes it work, right? No matter where I want to put it. All right, let's do that. I think that's a good location for it. So like I said, this is a quick video just showing you the new buildings and the updates. The patch notes I'll link in the description of this video. We're not going to stay and watch them build this bridge. We saw how it worked. I think it's pretty straightforward. And then we have Glassworks, Ashery, and Soapworks, all good additions to the game. I'm looking forward to seeing how they integrate. I'm actually, who am I kidding? I want to become a soap magnet. All right, it's snowing. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.